Hey listeners, it's time to take a look inside the lives of those who spend their days helping people resolve fights and see how they handle the heat at home. The headline itself, How Couples Therapists Fight with Their Partners, doesn't just describe a quirky contradiction, it's a window into the work of therapists who practice what they preach. Take Dr. Elena Gold, a clinical psychologist based out of Los Angeles. She's loved by her partners and plugging into the latest research on relationships. According to a small though informative study in the journal Family Process, conflict is inevitable in close relationships. But the study also found that happy couples are able to turn even their most difficult issues into constructive conversation. For Dr. Gold, a skillful repair during an argument can be a golden chance to deepen intimacy and trust. And Dr. Gold isn't the only one. She opens up about her own marriage, even she still is mates with her husband. According to her, it's normal to argue, but what matters is how one manages the fight. If we never do, she says, I would be concerned. Then we move over to Elizabeth Earnshaw, another licensed marriage and family therapist and author of Till Stress Do Us Part. She explains that during a heated exchange, people often that raw emotion triggers a fight, flight, or freeze response, wiping out rational thinking. Earnshaw's strategy? An intentional pause to cool down. She may use a timeout hand signal. In one of her couples, the nasal phrase Angelina Jolie meant I need a break. The key detail she stresses is clarity. Whoever initiates the pause must specify exactly how long the break will be. If there's no agreed end time, a pause can feel like punishment instead of a joint reset. In Philadelphia, we meet George James, a licensed marriage and family therapist who has been married for 19 years and clocked 25 years in practice. For him, respectful exchanges are non-negotiable. No name-calling, no cursing, and absolutely no raising voices. He points out a hard fact: nothing good comes from speaking harshly to each other during a fight, he says. And sometimes it causes harm that you can't sess back from. James is keen to save couples from the ache that follows a harsh word by encouraging calmer expression. He advises against bottling emotions, the idea of stuff them, and instead suggests that we isolate the craving behind the rage. That's where Dr. Gold's approach comes in next. Instead of chasing resentment, she looks inward on what her need is at that very moment: connection, attention, gratitude, you name it. Facing the real emotional need often turns anger into a clear request. She recounts it: her surgeon husband comes home exhausted after a long shift, sit down on the couch scrolling on his phone. Rather than getting irrationally annoyed, she asked herself, what is my need here that isn't being met? She'd recognized it was a craving for connection, and she communicated that directly. The combine of each therapist's advice paints a clear picture: intentional pauses, respecting each other's coolness, identifying the actual need behind the surface of anger, and most of all, choosing to keep the conversation constructive no matter how heated it gets. So the next time you're fuming over a minor misstep at home, remember that the very people who coach couples around the world are doing the same short, tactical steps in their own interactions. And it's not just about beating the argument, it's about building the stronger, trust-filled partnership on the other side. Thank you for tuning in today. If you'd like to explore more practical advice on turning arguments into opportunities for stronger bonds, hit that subscribe button and let us take you deeper. Until next time, keep talking, keep loving, and keep your relationships thriving.